Right, so good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome back to Cannon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. And actually, I was actually thinking whether or not I should actually do an Easy Talk this Friday. There's been lots of news about the coronavirus, which has actually finally made landfall in the UK and affected UK sports. So much so that even the Arsenal head coach has just come out and says that he has contracted the virus himself. Oh my goodness! Listen, I've got IG in the house, who's one third of the mafia on Cannon Foyer TV. We're waiting for Mube Guna. We're not sure whether he's going to be coming on side or online. Stan the Man has a message for everyone on Canon 4 TV. But before I get into it, make sure you subscribe to Canon 4 TV so you can receive all the latest and greatest news right here on Canon 4, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. Yep. So, like I said, it's the Easytalk bite size. I think it's going to be crumbs, not bite size, because there's no Mube. Yeah, there's no Stan the Man. I've only got IG in the house there with me, who's like one third of the mafia on Canon 4 TV. IG, how are you?
All great. I think we're gonna have a bite-sized morsel, I guess.
I think you're right, to be honest. But like I say, from the get go, there is a message from Stan the Man, and let's just have a quick look and see what the man himself has to say. So there you go. There's a message from the other member of the Canon 4 TV mafia, Stan the Man. Unfortunately, he's not able to make it this evening because he has other projects at hand and more important things than coming on a podcast this evening. Right. So yeah, coronavirus, IG, it's finally made landfall in the UK and affected a lot of the sports over here. And yeah, the English Premier League, IG. Now we heard this news that Mikel Arteta has contracted the coronavirus. He says that he feels a lot better actually since the news came out. But what's your thoughts on the coronavirus affecting European football?
Well, I think the Premier League officials could have reacted much faster. I think we could have avoided these kind of situations. I think the problem is the Arsenal versus West Ham game. We actually put the whole West Ham team under quarantine because of this. They are at risk, and even I think the whole David Moyes and the whole of everyone is in self isolation right now. And it's not about just the Premier League. I think Mikel Arteta has tested positive. Callum Hudson-Odoi has tested positive. So the whole Chelsea. The problem is that these players, once they are under self quarantine, they may or may not get the bug, but it would take I think 2 weeks for self quarantine. And the problem is that when they come like after 14 days, even if they try to train, I think it would take more 14 or 15 days for them to actually get into match fitness. So I think it's not. I think the whole idea is not just about 2 weeks. It could be 4 weeks or probably more than a month. So I think to suspend it till the 3rd of April, I think it's a farce. I think they should go and actually suspend the league this season. I think I'm not saying this because I hate Liverpool, but I'm actually saying this just because it's for the benefit for everyone. I read Jurgen Klopp's message. I think he said that everyone's safety is of utmost care for him as well. That should be superior. I think if the Premier League officials, and now we're going to talk about Euro 2020 as well. I mean, why do you want such a thing to take place? I mean, people's safety, the players' safety, and everyone's safety is at risk right now. And to watch those games at home and behind closed doors, if they are playing, I don't think so. The players are also enjoying that whole idea if that's happening.
Yeah. So personally, I'm surprised that no other Premier League manager has been affected, and no other Premier League players apart from Odoi has actually come out and said that he's tested positive. To my knowledge, there's no other Premier League players. Are you surprised?
I think I think it's probably because of they want to maintain the privacy of the player, maybe. But I think three Leicester City players were first to be identified. We really don't know who that is till now. Even Brendan Rodgers didn't name in the press conference. But since they suspended their game against Aston Villa, I guess they're facing Aston Villa. I don't know. I don't
It's
remember.
Aston Villa.
Aston Villa. So he came out and he said that yes, one of them tested positive, and after being tested positive, he was into self isolation, but he was into a relapse, and it was at that very moment that he transmitted the virus to two people more. So the three players and everyone else is like, no, I think they're all into self isolation. So I think it would be more empowering if they come out in support of it, and if they accept what Callum Hudson-Odoi did. And there was an official statement from Chelsea. There's an official statement from Arsenal about Mikel Arteta. So I think these official statements need to come more quickly. And I was really happy to see Callum Hudson-Odoi's. He posted a video that he's fine, he's doing okay. I think we all care about footballers. I think it's not about we're just separated by the teams, but when they do something like that, we also get the confidence that like, okay, it's really good. I mean, it's not something that you got leprosy or something like that. I mean, you're not an untouchable or something like that. But it empowers people to actually embrace, and they can fight it out and come back strong.
Yeah. You know what I do worry about, and I know that they said it in local news, is the effect it's going to have on local communities, in the footballing communities, because local businesses some of them rely on the footfall, the amount of people walking through on match day to make money. So if you're gonna, ban football for that length of time, what's going to happen to those businesses out there? Don't get me wrong. Of course, health comes first above anything else, and I do worry about the communities who do rely on, maybe the smaller clubs. So again, on a match day where they're relying on maybe people buying food or I don't know, but the local communities are going to suffer. So talking from a UK standpoint, the government has got a lot of work to do on their hands there, because why have they been so slow? Why have they been so slow to shut down the games there? I was actually surprised, IG, that the game, with Liverpool and Atletico Madrid went ahead. I was really surprised. It should have been cancelled. So then we put other people at risk. So, yeah, words really fail me. Words really fail me. Again, health comes above anything else. With the Euros, put it back. Put it back, one year. With the Olympics, it's got to be cancelled. Health comes above anything else, IG. I don't know. We've had one comment in the chat, IG, and that has come from Glenn, who's supposed to be on the show.
What is he doing there in the
What are you
comment
doing,
section?
man? He says, "Hey, Alex and IG, I'm pretty sure there's more players and managers, but it's being kept private and not discovered yet. Hope everyone recovers." Yeah. And once again, the health of individuals and your families and your friends must come above anything else. But the thing is, football is big business. It's big business, which will explain why I'm sure the Liverpool and Atletico Madrid game was not called off. It's money. It's money, IG. I was thinking, why hasn't Glenn come onto the show? Glenn, you're supposed to come onto the show, man. What's wrong with you?
How does somebody who is actually one of the panelists end up being somebody who comments? How does this happen? Oh my God!
Oh, dear me. Listen, before we came on air, I was actually speaking to IG about other bits and pieces because I don't want to, we don't want to be on a downer because of the games that have been cancelled. And personally, I've always said there's more to football in life. There are other things, other more important things. Excuse me. Am I going to miss the Premier League? I am, but there are other things that I have in my life. IG, are you going to miss Premier League football?
Oh, big time, big time. I really don't know what I actually posted this in my community tab.
You're not
I
supposed
don't
to
know
say
what
that.
I will. I don't know what to do, but I think for me, if the players are healthy, they can play football in the future as well. So I think, in the long-term perspective, I think I always want every player to be healthy. I really even don't want them to get injured. Those ligament injuries where they lose 6 to 9 months or probably a year of their life. And then when they come back, they're just not the same. you know i,
Yeah,
I really like, it's not just Arsenal. I think for any club to lose their star players, I mean, it's really sad to do that, but then it's life, I think. And when you have an outbreak, a disease which is actually declared pandemic by WHO, I think I really don't want to risk the footballers, the fans, the broadcasters, anyone who's there who's actually into this business. I think everyone has to be safe.
yeah. And as well, just like a segue, guys, make sure you go over and subscribe and actually view IG's channel. Again, it's really high octane stuff. Yeah, from day one when I saw the content, I thought, whoa, my goodness, we've got to get this guy onto Channel 4 TV. And like now IG's a regular, so much so he's part of the mafia. You know what I mean? But yeah, guys, make sure you go over and check out IG's channel, Indian Guna. Yeah, high octane stuff, man. But IG. So again, I know Mikel Arteta has come out and said that he's been positive. He's been test positive for the coronavirus. I'm absolutely sure that other players, Arsenal players, are going to test positive as well. But will the club actually release the statement? I don't think so. Because you have to think about the brand as well. Because if we're talking about a player like Mesut Ozil, I'm sure his brand will lose some points. No.
I think when it comes to health, I don't think so. That is the biggest reason why a brand would want to dissociate from you. I think if it is a controversy, if it's a political statement, if it is about nationalism, or if it's hurting sentiments of any country, I think those are the things where the brands actually leave you, because that's like tarnishing image. But if you're contracting a disease which you're not even most probably like a thing like which is actually spreading like wildfire, I don't think so. These kind of people will have problems in being dissociated from a bigger brands. I don't think so. I think. When they come up with something like this, I have this disease, so they get more sympathy, and I think more brands would want to connect because they get more fans. It's reverse. It's reverse than what you said, actually. And I find Chelsea and Arsenal the two only clubs who actually release an official statement. I really like the fact when they did that, especially Arsenal. I think most probably I think I actually read a report wherein I saw that hundred staffs of from Arsenal are being quarantined, and they are actually doing that. So I think yes, I think if the Emirates, if the whole of training ground and everything is being locked down, I think that's the best thing. I think it's the
Yeah,
best time when the footballers get time to spend with their family.
yeah. And again, like we're always going to say, let's just in regards to your country, where you are or wherever you are in the world, make sure you follow the guidelines that has been laid down, from your government. I mean, we have our personal, opinions. I mean, I work in a school, but our schools in the UK, according to the government, they're not going to close down the schools anytime soon. But again, that's only for the UK. But yeah, players' health, must come first and foremost above anything else. We were going to talk about Nicolas Pepe. Shall we talk about Nicolas Pepe?
Anyone but Arsenal number 10.
It's funny you should say that because Stan did send me a message this morning. He just said, the piggy bank or the tin that we've collected money is now in my hands. I haven't got it. I haven't received it, and we must try and not mention the number 10's name. Well, I'm not going to anyway. Oh, Nicolas Pepe. Nicolas Pepe. IG. He frustrates the hell out of me. He really, really does. The last two games, I'm just thinking, play the ball simply enough. Play the ball. Just pass the ball. Stop trying to cut in, do the nutmegs, cut back again. Just release the ball. Release the ball. Why does he not do that? Why does he not do that? Why is it Mikel Arteta speaking to him and saying, look, you're in the final third, you either cross the ball or you have a shot. He's so frustrating, IG. I hate it.
Well, whom do you hate more, Matteo Guendouzi or Nicolas Pepe?
Oh! I'll answer that question at the end of the podcast.
That's the way to dodge it.
Why do you mention Guendouzi?
I just want you drenched in water. You know, when Guendouzi scores, I'll be the first one to message you.
Listen, we know that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because you've noticed he's having less and less time on the pitch under Mikel Arteta. So it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen this season.
So does your wager actually extend to next season as well? Because I know that since the coronavirus lockdown has happened, I don't think so. I'm expecting a game soon this season.
There you go. So it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Poor Ralph. I think we're going to see a video wherein he'll be drenched in water.
Oh, dearie me. Listen, IG's he's teasing me because again I've got this ice bucket challenge between my brother and myself. If Guendouzi doesn't score this season, then my brother has to do the ice bucket challenge. And of course, if he does score, then I have to do the ice bucket challenge. But the gods are on my side because
the bug is in your side.
Yeah. I hope my brother's watching now.
You're about to get a text message just after the show. Well, if I could actually extend to the point of Nicolas Pepe, actually Arteta came in, after the West Ham game. He was asked about Nicolas Pepe. Actually, Arteta said that I have plans for him. I have plans for his movement to improve. I will have to teach him how exactly to play. And I was getting so excited, especially for this Manchester City game. And when I came to know that it's actually due to certain reasons it's got postponed, and then the recent developments. I think Arteta has plans. The problem with Nicolas Pepe is that obviously trickery, too much to show for. I mean, too much to show for. Needs to understand that it's not Liga on, it's Premier League. It's quick. You have the pace, yes, but I think even if he cuts in initially, even if he was cutting in, he was completely off target. The only thing that I found him really beneficial is either with the set pieces and the corners. I think the balls that he produced in. I think those are the only things that I found him very much useful in. And when we played West Ham, I think we won 3-1. I think he finally found his touch. That's what we thought. But the problem is that he's got too much tricks into it. He's not a typical winger. Even if you're a typical winger, I think you need to have your position set right. I mean, he needs to, if it is possible, he needs to learn his positioning sense from Martinelli. Martinelli, as a centrally, if he comes in, he's unbelievable. He places himself so well, and we saw Henry learn that as well. I mean, he was out as a winger, but he changed that. His positioning changed, and that's exactly we saw him being great at Arsenal. We can just expect Pepe to do that. I don't know. It's just an expectation.
IG, you know what? The way I'm feeling now is that we're going to see more of the same from Nicolas Pepe. And I'm not sure whether to make this comparison between Pepe and Saka is fair. But again, you look at the performances of the two players, you would not think that Pepe was our record signing. And Saka is a product of the youth team setup. They were to play in the same position, but on different wings. But one is more productive than the other. How can it be so? Pepe he's so predictable. He's so predictable. You know what he's going to do. You know what he's going to do. And any manager or coach in there, worth their weight in gold, would probably look at the last 3 or 4 games that Arsenal played there and see that he does the same thing every single game. Why can't he switch over on the other side? Why can't I switch it over? He's so predictable. He's so frustrating. I mean, I don't know his stats. What are his stats before he came to Arsenal? How many goals did he score in the penalty area, and how many goals did he score outside? I don't know. I don't have the stats. But he's so predictable. Things have to change. Otherwise, he's probably going to see more time on the bench than really that he probably deserves. I don't know. IG, man. Predictable. Do you want to talk about? Sorry, go on.
Actually, last season when he played for Lille, he was. The whole idea of Lille being a counter-attacking team, he could be good in terms of that. The way Wolves play him, where you got one quick winger running away with the ball once you get a chance. But I think we can't rely on that. We play more possession type football. We play entertaining football, and Nicolas Pepe won't be the perfect kind of a winger if he actually continues with the same, because he's more of. I really don't understand. I mean, he doesn't take his chances well. I agree with you, yes, but I think he's just 22, 23. There may be there is a hope. I think. Come on, Alex. You- you're behaving as if we put 72 million pounds down the drains. Don't give up on him.
No, but IG, to me at this point in time, it does appear like we've overpaid the odds. We've overpaid for him. That's what it would appear to me. He's been under Lundberg, he's been under Mikel Arteta, okay, for a very short time, but he's doing the same thing. The pattern of play is the same thing. Whether he's got support from Socrates playing fullback, or Asian McNiles, or Bellerin, it's the same end product. It's the same. He's so predictable, IG. I'm not saying I'm giving up on him, but for me, I mean, how many more games do we have to go? Is it 10 or 11?
I think 10 games, yeah. 10 games.
If we were to put a bet on it, between now and the end of the season, IG, I'm absolutely sure you'd see the same pattern of play from Nicolas Pepe. I'm absolutely sure on it. Do you want to have an ice bucket challenge?
Well, you have a bug on your side. I won't take the risk. I'm not Ralph.
Oh, dearie me. Well, listen, whoever's watching the Easytalk Bitesize or Crumbs, I've got IG in the house, 1/3 of the Camp 42 Mafia. We're just talking about the coronavirus and how really health comes more important than anything else. I'm sure you guys will know. And we've just been talking about Nicolas Pepe, who's a very frustrating player. And IG brought up Guendouzi as well. I'm not sure why he brought up that name for, but oh dear. So the English Premier League have decided that they're going to they've ceased all football actions until latest the 3rd of April. But as IG rightly says, the players, they will need longer than that time to get back to match fitness. So we're talking about, I don't know, May, early June.
I think if you're suspending it, they should suspend it, and I think start the season at September. Maybe start the transfer window straight away if you want to. I think the season is done. For me, it's done.
But IG, again, I've been in contact with James all this week, and he's not in favour of the season being cancelled because he's saying, what about Sheffield United? They are on the cusp. They are on the limit, about to make it in Champions League or European football. It would be unfair for Sheffield United that it comes so close only for the season to be cancelled. Wouldn't it be unfair?
Truly, I think it would be unfair not only to Sheffield United, to Wolves, who also pose a threat for us. Liverpool, look at Liverpool. I'm shocked James is actually happy about Sheffield United. What about Liverpool? 30 years, and this could have been their first trophy. I mean, some 3-4 games before we were talking about being the better invincibles than Arsenal, and now it's like a downhill for them. So I think it's not only just Sheffield United. It's a great story. I think it's just like how Leicester City won the EPL. I mean, it's similar kind of a story. It's really motivating. It's everything. But I think the only best thing that I'm actually feeling about Sheffield United, even if the season starts with if this gets suspended, they're still going to be in the Premiership. They still have the same core players. I think they can. If I know that the players have, and they have the same values, and they're going to same kind of a football, and they can run over any team. So I think they can do that next season as well. I still think that the downfall there has been a downfall of a lot of teams. A lot of top teams have become mid-table teams because of a lot of players, leaving. Tottenham losing a lot of players to injuries. Us suffering because of a lot of players of injuries. Many teams have actually gone across that. So I think it would be fair enough to do that, and I think Sheffield United, if they're given another chance, they can come back again.
Yeah. IG, you never guess what?
Oh my! Oh my God! What are they doing in the comment section? They're supposed to be here.
Yo, time change got me, man. Sorry for missing the show, my bros. The fan comments, I did say that we were expecting a special guest on Easytalk. Unfortunately, the person who we were hoping was going to come on the show has fallen sick, so that person wasn't able to make it. So we were going to change the time to suit the special guest. So as IG Mube says here, the change in time kind of tripped him up. So, but you could still come on the show, Mube. What's wrong with you, man? You can still come on the show. God damn me. Look at this. Look, what's that? What's this?
He is mocking you.
Mube, you could have still come on the show, man. Anyway. English, what's up? Coming on right now. Oh, dearie me. All these guys, man. God damn. All right, another one here, IG. They should postpone the Euros and let the leagues finish in the summer. And this comes from S Cricket Ball. What do you think? Postpone and finish in the summer.
I think yes. I think I'm not even thinking about the league. I think all the leagues in the Europe should be done. I think it's. I think it's, for me, it's over. It should be over because I think you need to have a great amount of time, for the players to recover. And I think it would actually help a lot of teams as well. They get their best players in their arsenal as well. And I'm not even thinking about the Euros. I think, why do they want to do Euros? I mean, your star players would be sick at home. Whom are you going to play with? Under 19s.
I'm here.
Move, man.
Oh,
What's happening?
Move, listen, I've got to apologize. Like I said, the change in time kind of tripped up certain people. So I've got to apologize for that, man. Sorry.
If you notice, I hit you on Twitter because I was waiting on the link and I didn't see it. And I was like, I wonder if Alex still doing the shows. That's why I hit you in the DM. You didn't answer me back. So I was like, maybe he ain't doing it. So I went to the store and I forgot all about the time again. I came back. I saw the show going on. I was like, oh, no. It got me, bro. It got me. My bad.
Yeah, there was one more guy who actually thought the same. It was Glenn.
Oh man, yeah. The time changed there in America a couple
Yeah.
last
Oh,
week
okay.
Sunday.
All right.
Yeah,
But listen,
so
you okay? Yeah. All good. Yeah.
we're good to go.
All right. Well, listen, we've just been talking about the coronavirus. Mikel Arteta, of course, contracted the virus, and how family literally got to keep the family safe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? Do you think they should postpone the games throughout the whole season, or what do you think, Mube?
I saw the report that they say they're going to resume it on the 3rd of April or the 4th of April. I really don't think that it's going to be possible to restart it at the beginning of April. The players got to be. We still have players that's coming up positive up to this morning. A Chelsea player came up positive, so they say they have to go away for 2 weeks or get locked up for 2 weeks to make sure that everybody is safe. There's no way you're gonna get the players from not training at all for 2 weeks and then put them out to play a week later on the 1st of April or 3rd of April, whatever it is. So I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be at least a couple of months before we even see any ball kick again. To be honest, 6 to 8 weeks for me. And I think it's feasible. The problem is, like I heard IG saying earlier, with the Euros in the summer, that's going to be a problem because you can't go but so far with the season unless you're going to move the Euros to next summer. So it's a lot. It's a lot to digest, a lot for the big guys up front. But I think it was the right thing that they did, suspending the games. I mean, you couldn't risk it. This thing is spreading like wildfire, and you got to be safe. Our manager got now. Who knows? I'm sure some of the players. I hope not, but I wouldn't be surprised if some of the players popped up in the next couple of days or a week and start getting sick. You just don't know. This thing is spreading all over the place, and I think they made the right call. I think suspending it for a couple months, but like I say, you don't really know. You could say that now, but you don't know how bad this stuff is going to get. So we just have to kick back and see what happened.
Yeah, Moo, are you gonna miss? Are you gonna miss the football? Are you gonna miss it, man?
What kind of question is? I'm already bored. It's like summertime all over again. The problem is it's not just at least when football used to be off. I used to have the NFL to watch or some NBA games. There's absolutely nothing on TV, no sports. I'm not a big movie guy. People talking about watching Netflix. I do not watch Netflix. I'm not a big movie guy. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. It's going to be bad. It's going to be a bad couple of months.
You better put some plan in action now, man.
Yeah, definitely got to. Boy, you're going to have to be doing more shows than one show a week. We need something.
I might have to consider that now. You know what I mean?
you got to, man. We got to do at least another show. It's bad. I don't know what we're going to talk about. But Oh, man.
Yeah. IG, you want to say something, man?
I think I'm speechless. I'll stay that way. I myself, I actually, I am watching the reruns of Atletico Madrid versus Liverpool for the past 2 days, and I'm thinking, when will the football be back?
I'm in a WhatsApp group, and there's some Liverpool fans in there, and I'm going to spend the next couple of months watching the Invincible season. I'm going to watch the next couple of months watching the Invincible season. I'm going to watch every 38 games of the Invincible season.
I've got a friend, old primary school friend who lives in New Jersey, and he was always sending me messages. Oh, we won this. And right, okay. And I went to bed early, and it was like 1-1 on aggregate, Liverpool and Madrid. When I woke up next morning, I saw a result. Yes. Did I receive a message from my friend? No.
Not one.
Nothing.
Listen, and man, it's been a good year. It's been a good year for him, but the way their season is just wilting away. It's looking It's not. It could be to the way they were talking and everybody is built. That's the problem. You build them up so high because everybody was like, "This is the best team that they ever saw, that England ever saw," and now you made it absolutely nowhere in none of the cup competitions. You know, the virus might make you not even get your Premier League trophy. What's supposed to happen? Oh man, oh that would be funny. I don't want it to happen because I think they deserve it because they have been the best team all season. But if that happens, we never hear the end of that.
I think on top of it, I think it was Robertson's birthday when he lost against Atletico Madrid. He was the one who rubbed it on their face. I mean, they're celebrating as if they won the tie during the first leg, and I saw his face.
Yeah, talk about we still got Anfield. They disrespectful. They're so disrespectful. When they lost the first leg, they got to come to Anfield. You know, it's nothing. They got to come to Anfield. Well, you got beat in your home backyard, so there you go. Humbly yourself. Humbly yourself.
And even if after losing this, Klopp said actually the Atletico Madrid they need to play proper football. I think if you have seen his post match, they don't. He's saying that they don't play proper football. And with that kind of thing, they should play proper football. And I was like, dude, they beat you at Anfield. They scored.
Yeah.
This was the first time in the knockouts where 4 goals had been scored in the extra time. Oh my God.
Yeah. It was a wild game, man. I watched all of it, and it was a wild game. But it get me to thinking. I was thinking this break that we got coming up from the stuff that's going on now. If you look at the teams that's trying to get in the top 4, this break actually benefit Tottenham more than anybody else.
How'd you work that out, man?
Harry Kane. Harry Kane is back in training. He has 4. Yeah. Harry Kane is back in training. Song is going to be back by the time we play again. You know, they're missing key players. They have been on losing streak, and they're going to get some of their best players back by the time this thing start back. If it start back, I'm going to say. I'm trying to figure out. I don't know if they don't resume. If it doesn't get to resume the Premier League season, like what's the rules? I don't really know the rules of that. Has something like this ever happened before? Like, has a league season ever been voided or anything like that?
I've never seen anything like this before in my life. And I was saying to IG, if they do cancel the whole season, you think about Sheffield United, who are about to breaking into the top 4 and maybe on the tip of making Champions League final or Champions League football. Only for the whole season to be cancelled.
Yeah, not only that, but Leeds United. Look how long they've been waiting to get back in the Premier League, and they're set to come back in the Premier now. In the Championship. So how would that go? I mean, it's so much to think about. But I just think at some point, some way, they have to try and finish the season. But if this thing goes on for, I'd say 2 months. I think that's impossible. How are they going to do that with to get another season to start? And like I said, with the Euros, you know how UEFA are with stuff like that. They're not pushing their stuff back for no one. They was trying to play. They played yesterday. I can't believe that the Olympiacos, the team that gave us the virus, played yesterday.
But you know what, Muba? You know what it is, isn't it? It's money. Because football is big business. Football is big business, man.
Money, yeah.
And this guy who came into the chat, he said they should postpone the Euros and let the leagues finish in the summer. But we don't know how long this thing is going to be played out for. We don't know how long. Wow. God, man. And you know what? Do you know who I've got in the chat? Stan, man. You're supposed to be on the show, Stan, man.
What is wrong with everybody today?
Don't feel bad, Stan. I just got here myself.
Yeah, he just says, watching while riding the bus, got set today, and everything cancelled due to the virus. Look at that. Oh my God, man. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about before I wrap this up? This crumbs size of the Easy Talk, man.
Yeah, man. Like I said, it's all about the confusion that's going on, but I think we should let it play out a little bit before we jump to any conclusion because, day by day, more people are getting infected with this stuff, and it's not just the players, it's the fans that's the worry. I was really worried about them playing the games behind closed door. I wasn't a fan of that. I mean, I'm here in the USA, so I would have watched it regardless. But I think it would have been dead. It would have been dead to watch football, without the fans. I really don't think that was really an option. So just for everybody to get better, man, and see where we go from there.
Yeah. Well, like I was saying, go on, Ajay. Sorry.
I actually saw Dortmund versus PSG played behind closed doors. I think that looked like a dull game. It looked like, oh my god! I mean, we are watching some under 16s or under 18 games. There's nobody watching. It was so poor, and I think, as Alex mentioned, it's all about money. If Premier League doesn't start, and if we suspend where it is right now, so I think Premier League is about to lose 400 million pounds just alone on broadcasting, and the prize money that they have set up for, everything will be lost. So I think it's a big thing that they're losing. So I know that they'll definitely want to get some action out of this season, but I think it should not surpass the players' health interests and the fans' health interests.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I'm just going to replay the message from Stan the Man. He did a video earlier on today, just for everyone on Cannon Fodder. So if I can get it up here very quickly. Here's a quick word from Stan the Man.
I can't hear it on my side. Can you hear it, IJ?
Nope.
You can't hear it, no?
Nope, neither of us.
Oh.
Wow, the first time that you played, I thought he's mourning something. I think he wasn't speaking something.
All right, guys, I'm very sorry. I thought there's something wrong with the audio on this.
Yeah. Is he talking about? Is he talking about Ozil again?
I'm pretty much sure that even if he's talking about Mesut, he won't be that serious in the video.
I really do think Stan got pictures of Ozil under his pillow. I was watching what's the channel, Arsenal Fan Circle last night, and he was on it, and he was still going on about Ozil. I was like, this guy don't never sleep.
Yesterday, is it yesterday? Was he going on about Mesut?
Yeah, last night on the Arsenal Fan Circle, that's the name of my guy channel's called. He was still going on about Ozil on a different channel. I said, this guy never sleeps.
I'll be watching after this show. I'll be watching that video for sure.
Yeah, but my guy don't sleep. Ozil live rent free in Stan's head. I hope for his health's sake, I hope Ozil leaves this summer. I really do, because I don't think Stan is going to survive another year.
Oh, dear me. Listen, I think I'm going to call the Easytalk to an end now. Unless you guys have anything else you want to talk about. Listen, I hope Mikel Arteta, gets better very, very soon. I imagine some of the other Arsenal players have also contracted the virus, although it hasn't been made public yet. But make sure you keep your family safe and healthy. And again, like the message from Stan is, if there are any aged people out there who might need support, make sure you give them a helping hand. Guys, you got anything else you want to talk about before I wrap it up?
No, we good.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
Okay. Well, listen, again, this is like a bite-sized version of the Easytalk. Haven't done a bite-size in quite a while, on a day where we finally find out that the Premier League is going to be cancelled. Best part, at the latest, the 3rd of April. Am I going to miss the Premier League action? Nah, I'm not moving. I'm not, man.
I give you 2 weeks to change your mind. I promise.
Do you know how you're going to know if I really miss the Premier League? Once I upload more live shows on the channel. I don't know what we're going to be talking about.
That's the thing. What we're going to talk about? There's nothing happening, but we're not seeing any players.
Exactly.
There's nothing sports wise to talk about. So it's going to be hard to really do a show unless some breaking news or something happens.
Well, if you're getting Stan, we know what we are going to talk about.
I stand.
Yeah. Well, listen, guys. I've had 2/3 of the Mafia, Canon 42 Mafia on the channel. IG, always a pleasure to have you on Canon 42, man.
Always great to be here. It's always a pleasure.
Nice one. And Mube Guna, Bloodfire.
Yeah, we're here, man. My bad, my fans, my people, for being late, but I showed up. You all know we can play just like Ozil. We can play bad for 80 minutes. The last 10 minutes, you know I'm going to come up with an assist. We're here, baby. We're here.
Listen, if you've been wondering who or what you've been watching Canon Fodder, the channel for Arsenal fans all over this world. And I never mentioned the number 10.